How's it going, everyone? My name is Dylan Walker for Yahoo Esports. I've got PPD, Captain, Mastermind, Evil Genius behind Evil Geniuses. So you guys are in the upper bracket right now. Who is your first round opponent?
Our first round opponent this year is Newbee from China.
Oh, and that is quite the matchup.
Yeah, I think that they're one of the. I mean, obviously they're one of the better teams here. They're in the top 8 for the winners bracket. But I think we're actually pretty happy with the choice overall. OG was the one that had to make a decision. They got to choose their opponent, and we just kind of got the leftover. And I'm relatively content with them choosing MVP and us being stuck with Newbie.
So how do you approach like that game in particular? You don't have to give me like secrets, strats, or anything, but like in the draft, what do you bear in mind when you go into a Chinese team like that?
Sure. So it's not a big secret. We're gonna go through. I'm gonna watch personally. I'm gonna watch all their games. But we generally do relatively good against Chinese teams, especially in major tournaments. So I'm just gonna go in, watch all of their games. I got a couple days off here to prepare. Make sure that we just know what they do, in and out, and I'm going to try to identify any sort of trends or any kind of like patterns that they have in their game, because a lot of teams, they do what they're comfortable with. So as long as you can identify what those comforts are in the other team, you can kind of prepare for them.
Awesome. So I got to ask, like, you guys live together in the Bay Area, right?
We live in the same area. Like we have a team house in Alameda, which is East Bay, and then myself and Sahil both have apartments in the Bay Area, and then Sumail is kind of like just kind of wanders. Like he has a house in Chicago that he lives with and his family, and then Zai is from Sweden. So we don't necessarily live together, but we've been boot camping and almost living together for like almost 2 months now, preparing for this tournament.
So have you noticed like any? I know there's been like 100 heroes picked and banned, like a lot of heroes played. Is there any trend? Is there any meta for this tournament so far?
There's definitely some metas. There's a lot of people that are picking just what's working, and then there's a couple of variations and a couple teams doing their own thing. And I think that's it's really exciting and cool to see all these two new heroes being picked and being viable. But there's definitely a set tier of heroes that are better than others. And I'm not necessarily saying you have to pick only those, but including some of those in your drafts will most likely give you a better chance at winning.
So do you have any like tips or advice for aspiring Dota pros out there?
Oh, that's tough. Like, I would say be more self-aware. I think that's a big thing. A lot of people that I play with, especially like in matchmaking, really don't see themselves as any part of the problem of why their team lost. And you can always play better in Dota. Nobody ever plays a perfect game. So just be self-aware and look at your own mistakes and see how you can improve for next game.
Awesome. Well, I want to say thank you for taking the time to talk to me. It's been great getting to know you. For everybody else, this is Yahoo Esports.